Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you Game 3 of a best of 3 matchup between Madfrog and Insomnia. And now this game is going to take place on Twisted Meadows. Insomnia not doing a speed build on the Altar of Kings, and just doing a classic Altar of Kings barracks build, Altar of Kings farm barracks build. So the Archmage, when he comes out, will not be able to creep that much more efficiently. Meanwhile, we have Madfrog going on early crypt, Ziggurat and Altar of Darkness, so most likely gonna be Death Knight along with Ghouls. Madfrog lost game 1 and pretty much gave up after losing his Lich to some creeps here on Tranquil Path, and then on game 2 did a very good harassment in the middle of the game in order to kill a lot of peasants, and then delay the tech of Insomnia, delay the tech of Insomnia, and then was pretty much unable to recover and didn't have a large enough army. And during the final push and the final attack, Insomnia now getting an Archmage, should be producing footmen relatively shortly, and this game will get underway. Meanwhile, let's looking over at Madfrog. Madfrog does have a Death Knight currently in play. Now, this map is pretty much an even map, I would say, between the two players. If it was a Madfrog versus a Night Elf player, Gargoyles would most likely be able to come in and be able to, work those corner island expansions. But I would not expect Gargoyles to come in from Madfrog, not on this particular matchup at this particular time. Insomnia now sees this Acolyte, and the Acolyte is probably going to hide over here, over by this Goblin laboratory, in order to try to make sure that the Insomnia is going to be doing some creeping. Archmage is going to come out. Let's see if we're going to have any militia come off the line and do some creeping, or if he's going to head over here and creep out this null camp. But I have to assume he's going to head over to the south, and no, he is not heading over to the south. He looks like Insomnia is really afraid of the harassment and is going to try to creep out this side instead. The Death Knight, using that Acolyte as a scout, is going to make a beeline move straight for this expansion and just straight for this creep attempt, and just try to disrupt it as much as he can. And we do have an Acolyte now trying to pull to the back. Acolyte, will the Death Knight be able to get that last kill? He's not going after the kill, he's actually just trying to do damage on the Archmage, getting the coil off on the Archmage, and the Archmage is just forced to run away right now. I'm down to 300 hit points, and is the Death Knight going to try to do anything extra? It does pick up some skeletons, and there are no towers in the base. Insomnia doing a very quick tech to tier 2 with only 25 over 30 food, so doing a quick tech, and we'll see how this goes ahead and plays out for them. Madfrog is now trying to focus down some units, but I don't think it's really going to work. And losing a scout tower in the middle of the map, and I don't see where that peasant went. Oh, the peasant started to build a scout tower, but is just going to leave it there. Archmage is going to take out this null brute camp over here, and the Death Knight is now trying to come back. Halls of the Dead already being teched by Madfrog as well, but Insomnia just a little bit ahead in terms of tech advantage, and getting down that tier 2 upgrade. And Insomnia is going to take down that last skeletal minion down to 1 hit point, and will be able to walk away with that timer. Arch and Death Knight now coming in, trying to do some additional damage on the Archmage. Insomnia doing a good job of just forcing the Madfrog to overcommit his buildings, or overcommit his heroes at this time, excuse me, and really not getting that much of an advantage. Still sitting at level 1, hasn't killed a single unit, hasn't really crept, while the Archmage is almost at level 2 now, may be able to get to level 2. No surround on the Death Knight. Death Knight now forced to run away once more. Ghouls still being produced. A lot of ghouls coming in from Madfrog. Madfrog's trying to really double up on how much wood he really has, and just trying to buy some time. This may be a change in the meta, where Madfrog is just harassing with the Death Knight as though it's a Blade Master, and doing a lot of damage, and then massing ghouls. And once the timing is right and he has enough ghouls to use, he'll be able to continue to push. We have currently 9 ghouls currently in play, half of them still carrying wood on their backs. What a slave driver Madfrog is. but still, Insomnia is now going to try to do some additional damage, and those ghouls are once again pulling back. Perhaps there wasn't enough wood yet at this time. It's currently sitting on 700 wood. Insomnia is currently sitting at 600 gold, so both players really trying to mass up their resources. Insomnia not able to get to level 2. Those footmen should perhaps try to creep out this green camp away from the Archmage in order to get to level 2. Otherwise, the mana on the Archmage is just pretty pathetic. That Brilliance aura is an absolute must. Archmage is now going to come in, perhaps try to creep this green camp to the orange camp to the south. No, decides to head over and try to press the base right now. And the Death Knight is now coming out with what appears to be all of his ghouls. Madfrog doing a quick tech to tier 3 and not even building his Lich yet. And we do have the Archmage now doing some additional damage on Madfrog. Ghouls not gonna come back in. Madfrog not wanting to show his hand on how many ghouls he has yet. I don't think Insomnia knows that Madfrog is currently sitting at 30 over 40 with so many ghouls. Perhaps just thinking that he's teching a lot. And now Insomnia now coming in. Mountain King being trained will be popping out momentarily. No additional unit coming in from over here. Madfrog now trying to run back a single acolyte. And wow, those footmen are going to be in a little bit of a problem right now. If they're not careful, they're going to get stuck in there with one frost tower being built, and that frost tower really just making it so that they're eating up a lot of damage right now. Going to lose perhaps one footman. Yeah, going to get surround. No surround. Is going to lose that one footman due to a death coil. So the Death Knight, 6 minutes into the game, gets off on its first kill. And now pushes in another Rod on Necromancy. Still no Lich being trained yet, so I'm not quite sure what Madfrog's thinking. There is the Slaughterhouse now coming out, and the Archmage or Water Elemental trying to creep away from the Archmage, and the Archmage now hits the level 2. So level 2, level 1 Brilliance Aura now in play. Mountain King trying to dance back and forth. Death Knight trying to figure out what he can do as well. And Insomnia doing a straight quick tech to tier 3. And getting a blacksmith, no Griffin Aviary yet. Just has a lot of units, or sitting on a lot of gold. Perhaps you should try to switch to getting Griffin Aviaries, but the Slaughterhouse is already producing statues, and Black Citadel is already being upgraded, so we should have destroyers momentarily. Madfrog now trying to creep out this orange Knoll camp over here, so both players trying to deny experience by creeping out their opponent's creep camp. And Lich still not in play. We do have statues currently being built, and the Madfrog should get to level 2 off of this all-important level 2 to get that level 1 Unholy Aura, as the Mountain King and the Archmage are now pressing in. One Acolyte is going to go down, but we're already at Black Citadel, so Madfrog will be able to creep relatively quickly. Death Knight now trying to get out of there in a hurry. A lot of slow units. Insomnia may lose a couple units in here, as he's trying to escape out. And is he going to go down? Yes, down goes another footman, and perhaps another Water Elemental will feed experience. No, the timer goes off on it, and not quite sure what Madfrog's waiting for. A single Death Knight. This doesn't seem that strong in terms of hero nuking potential, especially against an Archmage and a Mountain King together. Archmage does have, Mountain King does have Boots of Speed and a Circlet of Nobility, I think. Yes, Boots of Speed and a Circlet of Nobility, and now trying to push out. Ooh, quick Death Coil, but ghouls quickly turn it around, and we have 3 statues currently in play, and researching the Destroyer upgrade. So should be interesting how this is going to go ahead and work out. Death Knight trying to chase down some units. No real way to slow down any units. And we have a ghoul or a footman down to 125, 110 hit points, 78. Are we going to get a Death Coil? Not sure. Down to 45 hit points. And we do have down to 25. Come on. Oh, and Insomnia does a great job of denying that experience. Stay tuned for part 2 and the conclusion of this replay between Insomnia and Madfrog here on Twisted Meadows.